So, you saw in the first video, obviously with the cap on. When I bought this at the shop, I cut the cap after I made that video because I was just me smoking this tonight in the street. My palate's clean, okay? But the thing is, I didn't want to you can't bite the cap really on a torpedo. Obviously, it was just a Robusto, or, you know, obviously, it was a cigar. Let me start this again. Here we go. Anyways, if it's just a cap, you can bite it, or you can cut it with a pocket knife. Really easy, right? But now you can say, Richie, why don't you buy a cutter? It's something else I had to remember. I have a hard enough time remember to have matches all the time, you know? And I guess I like things streamlined. I like things simple. So yeah, I got the cap cut really nice. Get all this bright lighting there. Got plenty of stems in there. Nice. So I'd say the cigar feels light for its size. The bands are quite nice. I must say though, after having the other four, that even though this thing looks very nice, the wrapper gray quality. Now, of course, this thing might taste great, but we're just talking about the initial quality. The weight on this is the lightest this thing is very light for its size. Now, the density is not that bad, but it feels extremely light. Now, that's irrelevant to how it's going to taste. I'm just letting you know. But also, feeling it around, I got to admit that too. There are some soft spots, not major soft spots, but I'm very. What if I don't say anything? Doesn't mean I haven't looked at it and passed the test. So I'm just letting you know. Of the 5, this one has. I'm not saying it's bad construction at all, but this one has. All the other 4 had better quality construction. And I'm not knocking this cigar at all. I'm just saying between the 5, you said, "Oh well, how were the construction?" Well, so far this one, it says made by El Artista. So, I mean, obviously, and, you know, they're more up and coming, but they're not on the same level as EP Carrillo or AJ or Oliva. Because if they were, they'd be Oliva, AJ, or EP Carrillo. That's fine, and I'm not shitting on the cigar at all. I'm just starting that off with a caveat that, and then you get down to the wrapper grade quality. It is a very thin wrapper, and some stretch marks, and I'm not nitpicking. I mean, damn it! But when this is a premium, this is a luxury cigar, $25. So the other ones, I couldn't say anything. The AJ cigar was like razor shit. AJ cigar, the look of that cigar was phenomenal. The Oliva, phenomenal. The construction, the Oliva was the best one, flavor profile wise. The EP Carrillo, if you want a beautiful brownie kind of a cigar, fantastic. And the Oscar, which was no slouch, was a great Honduran Puro. So just off the initial, the bands are great on this, but the weight, some slight lumpy bumpiness and like little dents within the cigar I could feel. You know, like that, even that, like literally like the stems like stretching under. I could feel that it's like stretching from underneath the wrapper. Like that's so. The point is, that is something that when you're smoking a $25 cigar, which I consider well within the upper luxury cigars, because you know you can get Opus X at that price, you can get higher end Padrones, etc. So I don't just don't get twisted. Those other 4 I reviewed, and I gave them great 4.8s, box worthy, great cigars out of 5. 4, I mean, I didn't just hand them out. They all pass the flying colors. So when I see something off the bat, I stop the presses on this. Now between the 5, that this one compared to the other 4, something ain't the same. Just the external qualities on this, and the wrapper's paper thin, and I didn't have issues with stems or whatever, and the other ones, the weight, the whole thing combined, right? So just visually, externally, and feeling the cigar, the other 4 are superior than this. Now that has nothing to do with flavor, or we're going to see the production value, construction in action, because you can't really test it. You can test the construction before you light it. Okay, this is physical construction, right? But smoking is a whole nother thing. Operation. Okay, smoking it is construction in action. I can't stress that enough, and there is a difference, but both are important. Let's get this lit up. Enough fucking yapping, but I did want to bring that up. So that is part of a cigar. So that thin wrapper, and definitely not as neat and perfect construction as the Oliva, EP Carrillo, the Oscar, or the AJ. And that's fine, But I bring that up. I didn't. So those other cigars, don't think I didn't nitpick them. They just passed for flying colors. Well, we're back. The draw on this is very good. The draw on is very good. I've already taken one puff. Got a long and heavy finish. A granular sweetness to it as well, like raw sugar. This is feeling the lightest of the 5. When I mean the lightest, I mean in the overall blend, how dark it feels, and then the opposite, the difference. This is feeling like between 60 and 65% darkness. That's just off the bat. Now it's not listed. It's listed as undisclosed on the Gurkha website. So whatever that means. Made in Dominican Republic. It's a good cigar. It's actually a great cigar. But I got a very good memory. I just smoked all cigars about a week ago. The Oliva is superior to this. The AJ is superior to this. The Oscar is superior to this. And the EP Crillo is even superior, even though obviously the blend is most different from the other 4. This is a good cigar. Heavy, medium, plus. Let's pick it up right there. Ooh, pick it up. Did I judge it too soon? God, tell me. It's a heavy, medium, plus. About 65% darkness, but somewhere between 60 and 65. I'm not saying it feels like a Connecticut cigar at all. But like dark for a Connecticut? I'm not saying it's a Connecticut at all. But it's the lightest as far as... That finish is long and pungent. It really feels like a graham cracker, though. Like a really pungent, heavy graham cracker. Picture a graham cracker with like crystallized raw sugar on top of it. So if you like that, okay, it still belongs in the group, and it's still better than any standard Gurkha I ever had, better than any Cellar Reserve. So it is a jump, but within the 5, it's my least favorite. Is it still a good cigar? No, it's a fucking great cigar. We'll get to the point system later. Within the 5, though, the top is Oliva. From there, you go with either the AJ and or the Oscar. Stronger, you want the AJ. More beautiful, go for the Oscar. And then the EP Carrillo just behind that with dark, chewy, brownie type of vibe. And then you'd have this one. And I'm not saying this is bad at all. Tons of graham cracker with raw sugar on top of it. Good amount of black pepper. But there's a strange floral note to it that I'm not crazy about. And it's a pretty powerful floral note. So, if you like that vibe, that's what's happening right now. I'm going to go and come back. Burn's going great, solid. It is a very good cigar. It is a luxury cigar. And if I didn't have the other 4, I would say, wow, this is one of the best Gurkhas I ever had. Really is. But those other 4 are superior. I don't just hand that shit out. It was just on a roll. Those 4 combined were just so fucking solid. Honestly, so I'm not trying to shit on this cigar at all. But it's not the same caliber cigar as the other 4. Like literally Oliva and AJ gave one of his best AJs. Oliva gave you the best Oliva you ever had. EP Crillo gave a great cigar. I don't think it was his best cigar, but he gave a great cigar. And then Oscar, yeah, he probably gave him their best cigar. It was fucking amazing. This one, no, I can't. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a great cigar. It's not going to be a 4.8 like the other ones. And not going to be box worthy. So I'm not saying I wouldn't try this again. I'm not saying not to smoke this, absolutely. So you get the whole trifecta, quinfecta, the quinfecta, all 5 of them. But this is the least best one. Least best one. So construction, I mean, it's not terrible, but look at the ash on that. I told you from the get-go, man. Richie doesn't lie. I'm very observant. Externally, this was the least impressive of the 5. And look as it's producing. Nowhere near like the other ones. We're gonna get rid of that. So you just tap that ash. I could say wholeheartedly that if this was a one and done, like if it was just this one, I'd say, this is a good cigar. I'd say it's a solid 4.65. As far as the profile, it definitely seems like something even more complex, and I think it's maybe even better than like most of the cellar reserves. So I think a 4.65 is a solid review on this thing, and it is a very good cigar. But it's not even close to the Oliva, AJ, EP Carrillo, or the Oscar. So I get what they're trying to do. They were trying to make 5 Year the Dragons with 4 other people. This is the one, Artista. I think it's PDR. I could be wrong on that. Maybe the people they normally work with, or I don't know. I know they work a lot with Artista. I can't confirm if Artista is PDR. But being that this is the same price point, this is where it comes Richie the reviewer, and I gotta start giving you some reality. That this being $25, just like the other ones are superior and far better, and the other ones are all box worthy, godlike cigars that I can put my name on it. Is definitely smoked this. I mean, Jeremy and AP both smoked the Oliva, and their minds were blown. Richie doesn't lie. Well, I'm gonna tell the truth again here, not lie. This is a very good cigar, but within the 5, it's the weakest one. And I'm not talking about strength, although it is, it's a heavy medium plus. But that's not the factor. It was the ugliest looking on the outside. It was the ugliest ash. No, that's 2 factors. So maybe okay, but then what about the flavor? It was the least desirable profile of the 5. It had nice flavor to it, but compared to the other 4 were mind-blowing. There was a little bit of dirtiness to this. The floral note with it, I wasn't a fan of it. I like the graham cracker note. The raw sugar note was nice. The black pepper combined was nice. It had a little bit of nuttiness and creamy vanilla to it. So there was elements to this that I think were solid. The floral note, no. The floral note doesn't go well with it. I don't want graham crackers and raw sugar and flowers. I like the graham crackers, phenomenal, and the raw sugar. And the nuttiness and the creaminess was really nice, but that floral note just doesn't mix well with this thing. So it's a 4.65. It's a really nice cigar, but compared to the other 4, it's not even close. So that's normally that's the thing. When you make a cigar with 5 versions, it's going to be compared within the 5, and the other 4 are all better than this. So I'm going to be honest. So is it a good Gurkha? Yeah. Is it probably better than the cellar reserves? Probably so. Not by far, but probably so. Would I buy this again? Probably not, because I'd buy the Oliva or the AJ. The cigar affects my mood, and so yeah. This was a good time, but compared to the other 4, I had to smoke this because I had to finish the series of 5. But the Oliva is superior. All the 4 are superior to this. So it is a very good cigar, 4.65. But the other ones are 4.8. And within my system, there's a big difference from a 4.65 and a 4.8. My system goes 0 to 5, but from 4.0 to 4.9. Each point is fucking something. I'm telling you, it affects my mood. So the other ones the profiles were richer, heavier, more beautiful. Each note was better in the construction. before you lit it and when you lit it. The operation, everything was superior than the other ones. That's all I got to say. I'm going to end it with this. That shouldn't be happening. That's a $25 cigar. I'm very fair in my reviews. I use soft, gentle heat. The other four, I had no need for touch-ups. And it's not just touch-up, but the construction, the ash throughout this whole cigar compared to the other four of the Dragon series, it's not even a comparison. And in fact, because of that, I have to knock this down to a 4.6. So the blend was a good blend, but the construction, nowhere near as good as the other four. There's a big difference between 4.6 and 4.8, and I can't give this a box-worthy rating, and not even a 5-pack worthy. If you want to try it, okay, but I would just buy 2 Olivas. I can't stress that enough. Kind of disappointed on this. I really expected better because the other 4 were so fantastic, but this was the least of. This was the worst one of the bunch. I just can't stress it enough. Worst construction and the least desirable profile. Those floral notes doesn't mix well with that blend. So whatever they did with this blend, there were some nice things. The graham cracker notes, the raw sugar, the creamy vanilla, the nuttiness, the black pepper was nice. But that high-pitched floral note, not for a cigar of this caliber, of this price point. I would just recommend getting 2 Olivas. Or if you're going to choose 2 of the 5, get the Oliva and the AJ, or the Oliva and the Oscar, or the Oliva and the EP, whatever one you want to do. I don't know, or 2 Olivas. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed on this one compared to the other 5. That construction issue should not be happening. We're done here. I'm very fair. So I don't just sell out with, oh yeah, no. Those other 4 were amazing. This one, it was a good blend. It was a 4.6, but some construction issues visually, and then smoking it, definitely construction issues. And the profile was nowhere near the other 4. That's what it is. Kind of ruined my mood a little bit. See you around.